I'm really impressed that you were able to uh, take three networks that were considered similar, and in some cases were actually programming similar programming at the same time, and segment it and differentiate it. Can you go into the research that you did to break out your three entertainment networks?
Sure. It all started with TNT back in 1999, and um, I look back and I say it was. Uh, we did a very standard phone interview segmentation study. My recollection, it was a sample size of 1,500, and asked our respondents about um, the, uh, a lot of questions, not so much about their lifestyle, but about what interests them when they're watching television and the genres that they watch, and did factor analysis and a segmentation. We identified a segment that is very much drawn to programming that makes you think and feel. We called them the Drama Club at that time. And through that same segmentation, we found another segment. And the one thing we saw about them is they were sitcom averse. And then we saw an opposite group who were very much wanted to laugh and feel good when they watched TV, and drama programming was frankly too intense and serious for them. And we also found a couple other segments that loved everything. We called one group cable potatoes because they spent I think per capita 45 hours a week, 50 hours a week watching TV, and almost all of it was on cable. We had another group that was broadcast potatoes, who were also heavy viewers, but many of them didn't have cable, were very broadcast network dependent. And sports lovers, that was, I think, our final segment. But and it was just such a clear roadmap. If we were going to differentiate the networks, we needed to have a drama network, which is what TNT became, and a comedy network, what TBS became. And over the years, we certainly followed that up, and then we migrated that type of segmentation work over from phone interviews to the internet, of course, after convincing ourselves that internet samples were just as projectable as good quality phone research. But it was, frankly, a little controversial within our organization at the time, but we really got some great rich learning, worked with some really great vendors on those projects. And then TruTV was another interesting case where I guess we're talking 2007, something like that, and that's the network we probably changed the most. It was Court TV. They were known for the O.J. Simpson trial. When Turner bought the network, they actually were starting to to branch out into more originally produced reality programming, but we're having some good rating success, but just needed to have the brand identity defining, and the Core TV name, I think, was a huge barrier. And through our we did a lot of naming research and a lot of logo testing and tagline testing, and we really liked the new direction, and really led some good rating success under the name TruTV. And it keeps migrating when you're in the reality business. It's such a fast evolving field that you're constantly changing. So, like back in the I don't want to say the early days, because it was only a few years ago, we were focused on a segment called Real Engagers, who we were trying to take them places you couldn't ordinarily go and really have a sense of danger and excitement. But now we've more migrated to a broader mix, and we have segments that we target, like Fun Seekers, with comedic programming that they were actually having a fair amount of success with, and it's skewing younger, which was always an area that we really wanted to get more male and younger to fill a void that we saw in the marketplace.
You've branded your networks on a global basis, taking an umbrella concept and building programming around it. There are networks like FX and AMC that seems to have grown into a brand based on specific programs. What do you see as the difference in doing this, and the potential for success, and perhaps the challenges in these two methods?
Yeah, number one, is a great question. And there's no question that consumers focus more on programs and can often be oblivious to the network they air on, or just not fully conscious of them. But I also believe that branding a network is extremely important and it's not just to viewers. Though it is important to viewers, because branding a network, I often like to compare it to a department store. Because as a department store, you have a product line, and in any given year you have certain departments within your department store that are really driving sales, or certain items that are really, selling like hotcakes and driving you margins. But that evolves over time, and it's the same way with the television network. That over the long haul, you craft an image, and you cultivate both regular shoppers or occasional shoppers, but your product line changes. But there's a lot of reasons for branding a network, a lot of constituencies besides the consumer, the viewer, who believe me, is extremely important. But at the same time, it's important number one, within your own organization. Because if you don't have a branded network, then every idea can be a good idea. But when you have a filter to say, wait, we can't do everything and anything. If you have a brand lens that you look through, you can immediately say, okay, this idea for this show or this partnership kind of makes sense to us. It plays to who we authentically want to be, or it doesn't. And so it imposes a sense of internal discipline, which I think is really important. It's also, I believe, some of our most important partners are, for a cable network, it's our distributors, the cable companies, the satellite and telco, and they want to make sure that they offer diverse offerings. And when we can say, hey, we have a drama network, we have a comedy network, we have a classic movie network in TCM, and we have an unscripted network with TruTV. Okay, they know, all right, got it. I know who you are. I know where to put you in the lineup. So if they want to align their neighborhoods of similar networks together, and they really and it really helps them with local ad sales. Our other really important constituency, of course, is advertisers, and there's so many options for them to choose. And they know that during the course of a year there's going to be shows that come and go, some fail, some succeed, but not all do. But what they want to know is, are they buying into and investing in something that is a appropriate environment for them. And a branding lens is so important, and that's why often the first people, when we make any type of change to our branding, or even sort of do research that we learn about our target audiences in greater detail, we share that all with advertisers, because we know it has benefits and interest to them. So I hope that answers that question.